Welcome back to Mr. Hassan's Maths channel. This is question number 13 from the June 2019 C12 International A-Level Edexcel paper, and this question is a question from Logarithms, which is the in the P2 specification. Here we have a question which says, given that P equals log to the base A of 9 and Q equals log to the base A of 10, where A is a constant, find in terms of P and Q log to the base A of 900. Okay, so we've got to express this in terms of P and Q. Now, a question like this is basically what they gave us here has to be broken down using the laws of logarithms into like an expression which involves these. You have to end up with having log to the base A of 9 and log to the base A of 10 in some form that we can then replace that log to the base A of 9 with P and replace the log to the base A of 10 with Q. Alright, so here we have log to the base A of 900. Now, I can think of this as log to the base A of 9 times 100. Think of it like that. And using the law of logarithms, the multiplication law, I can split this up into a sum of log to the base A of 9 plus log to the base A of 100. Now, this is, something in a way that we like it. I can replace this with P. This is actually going to become P now, right? So that's going to become P. I'll just leave it written like this until the end. Okay, but now 100 can be expressed as 10 squared. So I can write this as log to the base A of 10 squared. 100 is 10 squared. And then I can use the power law for this. So this can be log to the base A of 9 plus 2 times log to the base A of 10. I can't write this as, for example, Q squared. Okay, because the whole thing is not being squared. It's not log to the base A of 10 all squared, so then I can write Q squared. No, it's not that. It's just the 10 that's squared. But I can use the power law to write it as 2 times log to the base 10 of A, which is 2 times what Q is. So now I'm left with basically P. This is the same as P plus 2 times Q. So I've expressed log to the base A of 900 as P plus 2Q, given those things up there. So very simple. But some students do have problems with such a question. So you have to always think about, how can I break this down into something involving these? Okay, so for part B, very similar. We start off with log to the base A of 0.3. So remember, we have to end up with, we know that P is equal to log to the base A of 9 and Q is log to the base A of 10. Okay, that's what we were told. All right, so we have to break these up into something involving log to the base A of 9 and log to the base A of 10. Now, the first thing I can think of here is to write this as a decimal. So as a fraction, this will be log to the base A of 3 over 10. You can write it like that. That's one way of doing it. All right, now I can use the law of subtraction. So I have log to the base A of 3 minus log to the base A of 10. Okay, so this part is fine. This is going to be Q. How do I express log to the base A of 3 and in terms of log to the base A of 9? Well, I know that 3 is the same as the square root of 9. So let me just start off by writing log to the base A of the square root of 9. These two are the same. Minus log to the base A of 10. And I know that the square root of 9 can be expressed as 9 to the power of a half. So it's log to the base A of 9 to the power of a half minus log to the base A 10. And then using the power law, I can say a half times log to the base A of 9 minus log to the base A of 10. Now that's a half times P minus Q. So this is log to the base A of 0.3 is going to be a half P minus Q. So there's the answer to part B. So it's pretty simple. Okay, some students do get confused by this type of question, but it's something that shouldn't be worried too much about. Always just keep in mind that whatever we're given has to be written down and broken down using the laws of logarithms into expressions involving what they've said P and Q is equal to. Okay, the same thing we did there, and you get your answer. So it's quite a short question, and yeah, so that completes this question on logarithms. I've done a few questions on logarithms because that's one of those topics that some students do have some difficulties with. So I hope that was clear. Thank you for watching. Other questions about or from this paper can be found in the playlist that should appear in this region here. Other questions from logarithms from P2 in the playlist over here. You can subscribe to my channel by clicking on this link, and other material you might find useful can be found in the description underneath the video. Thank you for watching and see you soon.